Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. I don't have a wins video this week, so I decided that I'm going to do my sweepstakes tips and answer the questions that some of you have asked me on my other videos. If you're new to my channel, I typically do a wins video each week, just unboxing the sweepstakes wins that I have received in the mail that week. Some weeks I don't have enough things to show you guys, so this week I am substituting it with this video. So if you do like wins videos, make sure to subscribe. So first I'll start off with just telling you guys how I got into sweepstakes. I've been doing online sweepstakes since 2008, but I've been entering sweepstakes for far longer than that. I entered my first sweepstakes when I was 10 years old. I put my name in a fishbowl at Walmart, and I was chosen as the winner, so I won a workout VHS tape, which I gave to my mother, and I was always subscribing to the kid and teen magazines when I was younger, and that was the early 2000s to the mid 2000s. So they had sweepstakes that they would give away. You would mail in for them. So I won tons of things from that. I was always winning movies. I know that I won a coffee maker, which I gave to my mom as a present one year. So that really got me hooked. I would say, even back then doing the mail-in entries for those, I was winning about every single month. So in about 2008, I stumbled upon onlinesweepstakes.com. It's online-sweepstakes.com. I'll leave the site below. I still use it to this day. It's where I find most of my sweepstakes, and I've had very good luck with that website. So that's the one that I would definitely recommend that you guys use. There's a bunch of other ones. If you just Google online sweepstakes, there's tons of other sites, but since I've been using that one for so long and I've been constantly winning, I typically just go to that site. So I typically find sweepstakes and save it to that website. A couple of years ago, I signed up for their premium, which is just about $30 a year. Before that, I just used the free version, so you could do either or. I have found that, I've won quite a few premium sweepstakes throughout the year. I would say maybe about 30% of my wins from that site are the premium ones, so it definitely makes it worth the $30. But you can do either way. I save my sweepstakes to my sweep so that I can enter them daily. So one of the questions that I get asked is how many sweepstakes I enter a day, and it really depends on the day. I do work. I don't stay home all day and enter sweepstakes, so I really only have a few hours a day. Of course, though, I'm doing it 7 days a week, though. I really don't take a break with sweepstakes, but I at least do it a couple days a week, even on my busy days. So typically, I enter about maybe 100 new sweepstakes every single day. When I say new sweepstakes, I mean new to me. So I don't typically have time to do too many dailies. I'm trying to change that up because in the past I used to have a lot of daily sweepstakes that I would enter and I was winning tons of them. But typically I look for new to me sweepstakes, mostly ones that are ending. If you enter the ones that are ending, then you're going to get a win a lot sooner than the ones that have just begun and now they're not choosing a winner for 30 days. Of course, those are good if you do daily sweepstakes because then you have 30 plus days to enter them every single day, which would get you ahead of the competition. But if you don't have much time, I recommend doing the sweepstakes that are expiring today or within the next few days. That way you get a win a lot sooner than if you're entering the newer ones. So I typically do the ones expiring first, and then from there I look for new sweepstakes and add it to my dailies. I don't add every single little sweepstakes to my dailies. I did that at one point. If someone was giving away a book, I would enter it every single day. I just don't have time to do the little ones. And you'll learn, if you're new to sweepstakes, you'll learn very fast. and kind of get into a routine of what works better for you. Because what works for me may not work as good for you. There's lots of sweepers out there who do things differently than I do. So I only do my daily sweepstakes, things I really want to win. So right now I only have about 50 daily sweepstakes because I wasn't doing dailies during Christmas time. I wanted to enter, every single giveaway and not miss out on any, just because I was trying to win Christmas presents and make gift baskets of things. But now that that's over and there's fewer sweepstakes out there, I am going back into the dailies. So typically, a few years ago when I was doing dailies constantly, I did have about 300 plus dailies. I would not always get through all of them. So if you use a sweepstakes site like onlinesweepstakes.com, it will list it by expiration date. So then at least if you only get through half your daily list, you're at least getting through the ones that are expiring soon. And then maybe you'll get, if you entered it for the past week, you'll at least have 7 more entries into it than you would have. So that's typically how I enter. I'm just going to look at my cheat sheet here of the questions you guys have asked. So I typically enter blog giveaways have given me the best luck. They do take a long time to enter. I skip the ones, if a blog has 10 plus entries into it, even if it's a really good prize, I'm probably skipping it. I understand that, they want you to like them, on every single social media site and leave a comment and share and do this and all that, but they really take a long time. So typically the ones that are, 10 plus entries, especially if it's 20 plus entries, I don't do them. So the ones that do have fewer than 10 plus entries, I do, or, ways that you can enter. I do those, and I do, for the sweepstakes I really want to win, I'll tweet every single day or pin on Pinterest every single day or things like that. There's also regular sweepstakes out there, which you just fill out a form. Those are still around, but they're not around as much as they were 5+ years ago, just because many companies do partner with blogs now, or they give away on their Facebook or Instagram. Facebook is a pretty good site to enter on. I don't enter on it that much, only because I don't like to share to my Facebook page. I don't mind that other people do it, but I don't want to be spamming my friends and family, and I have Facebook to keep in touch with people. And so I don't have 2 separate Facebook pages. I just have the one. So I don't do the ones that make you share. The ones that are on Facebook that are the woo box, you enter your email, click done, it's great. But there are, ones that the post and it will make you share. So I do skip those. I've been using Instagram a lot lately. If you follow brands on Instagram and look through your feed, there's tons of giveaways. And once you start entering them, they're going to start to appear all the time, because the brands that you have to, like and comment on the post to win and tag all your friends, those brands give away, they have sweepstakes all the time on there. So you'll start seeing giveaways just in your feed. And I have a great group of friends that I do tag on Instagram, and they tag me in sweepstakes. I don't enter every single thing I'm tagged in. I enter for what I want to win. I'm not going to waste time on a prize that I'm not going to win, but I don't mind that people, tag me so that they can gain an entry. That's all fine. I like being tagged just because I want to be tagged in everything. People don't know what I want to enter and what I don't want to enter. So I like to be tagged, so I do at least hear about the sweepstakes and have the option. If you're looking for people to tag, and if you want to be tagged on Instagram, my Instagram name is peachesandcream887, so the same as my channel name, and I'll list that down below. So I've just been doing Instagram for, I'd say, the past 5 months or so, and I've had great luck on there. So if you're a sweeper that's, just doing blog and regular sweepstakes, I definitely recommend checking out Instagram. It's given me, quite a bit of luck on there. So I think that's pretty much all I have for you guys in terms of questions that you guys have answered and letting you know about my daily routine. Just some other background information. There's tons of sweepstakes that you can enter. Most giveaways, tons of them for books, movies, kids items, beauty products, pet items. Of course, then there's the bigger ones too. There's cash, vacations. So I don't enter to win vacations. So my bigger prizes have been around or a little over $1,000, and that has been either a cash win or gift card wins. I don't enter to win vacations because I don't like to take trips. Another thing that you need to take into consideration is if it is a big prize, you are going to have to pay taxes on it. So if you don't want the prize, then don't enter it, especially if, it's a prize that's worth over $600. Then definitely don't enter it if you don't want it. You're going to be wasting time when you could be entering sweepstakes you do want to win, and it just seems pointless to enter and then, if you win, then you have to say, I decline. The only time I do enter for trips, I've entered to win, like to the Grammys or stuff. That would be really cool. Never won, but that would be like the only trip that I've actually wanted to win. I'll enter for trips if there's another prize in there. So sometimes the grand prize will be trips, and there may be, a secondary prize that's like a $500 gift card. I'll enter it. The worst that could happen is I win the trip, and then I email them back, and I said, I was going for the secondary prize. It's never happened, so if it does, I'll let you guys know, what they would say. But that's the only time that I would enter for trips. I know a lot of sweeper friends win trips even multiple times a year. So if that's something you're looking for, if you travel anyway, so you don't mind the taxes, then by all means enter for that. But my typical sweepstakes wins, if you watch my channel, I win a lot of books and movies. I win prize packs of food, beauty products, stuff for my cats. So that's what I typically win. For me, it's great prizes. I typically win anywhere from 10 to 20 sweepstakes a month. There's months that I win over 20 sweepstakes in a given month, and then there's months that I win less than 10. But those are both, far and few between, only a couple months a year. Typically, I am around, I'd say, the 15 to 20 mark. With the end of last year, I was over the 20 wins a month for the past few months, just because I was entering all those Christmas giveaways. January, which just ended, I only won 11 sweepstakes for the month, so that was a very low month for me. I don't know what happened, but I did go a couple of weeks without winning anything. I think I won like one thing in 2 weeks, which is very rare, but you just have to keep on going. There's going to be dry spells. If you have sweeper friends on Facebook, you'll realize that some people constantly win. I don't know how they're so lucky, but there are people that I see that, win multiple times a day, and it seems like they never skip a beat every single week. But there are a few people that I know, and I don't know what their methods are, but there are people that I know that, only win a few things a month. And maybe they don't enter as much as me, or especially as much as, the other friends I have that win way more than me. Maybe they don't enter as much, or they're winning or entering for maybe only bigger prizes instead of small. There's endless possibilities. But if you do have a dry spell, it's going to end eventually, especially if you're entering hundreds of sweepstakes a day. The dry spell will end eventually. What's really good is just continue entering. The small wins really do help. And if you're waiting on sweepstakes to come in the mail like I was for the month of January, it really is keeps you motivated that you're at least having wins coming in, even if they aren't wins that you won that month. Sometimes you do wait for them. I know this video was going on really long, you guys, and I'm sorry, but I have so much information to throw at you. There is another point that I want to point out, which has happened to me quite frequently recently. So say you get an email that you won something, and a few months go by, you still don't have the prize. Definitely be following up, guys. I follow up after about a month, unless the email says something like take 6 to 8 weeks. Then I'll follow up, after whatever the email says. But typically I follow up in about a month, just because it seems like the sponsors have been forgetting the prizes lately. This didn't always used to happen to me, but it doesn't matter recently, whether it's a blog, a regular sweepstakes, an Instagram. It's been taking a long time for prizes to come out. And I know what you guys are saying. It's something you got for free, so, why complain? And I'm not complaining. But if you don't let them know, then you might never get the prize, and then you missed out. There's only been a few sweepstakes over the course of, I've been entering online sweepstakes for 10 years now. There's only been a handful of sweepstakes that I entered. I know I won because I was notified, and I followed up a few times and I never received the prize. There's only been a handful of those. Typically, if you follow up, you will eventually get the prize. Now, sometimes if you win it from a blog and you email the blogger a few times, whether they're getting back to you or not, eventually I would just go straight to the sponsor, because then you're cutting out the middleman. Maybe something's happened. Maybe their PR person that they were working with at that company left. So maybe the email that they're emailing it's not going anywhere. That person no longer works there. And that's quite possible, especially if it's been a few months since you won the sweepstakes. So if you did win from a blogger or just a regular person on Instagram, if you reach out to them a few times, whether they're emailing you back or not, if you still don't receive your prize, I would go straight to the company. If you won a regular sweepstakes, and this has happened to me where I've been in contact with the email and that notified me that I won, and then, once again, they stopped being in contact, which that person just could have left. Typically, I reach out to their Facebook page and it gets resolved, and they send it out pretty quickly. So that's just a few tips I have, and I know that, it is something you're getting for free, and sometimes you don't want to, put yourself out there complaining, but you did win the prize, so it's okay to reach out. Eventually, if you're sending a few emails and you're not getting anything back, I would give up. But, at least try to get your prize and not just, let it be. So that's everything that I have for you guys. This has been one of my longer videos, and I apologize. I kind of went on a rant, but this is how I get when I talk about sweepstakes, because I love sweepstakes so much. And if you've watched this video to the end, then you must love sweepstakes or really want to do sweepstakes. So I should have a video for you guys next week with my wins. I do have a few wins now, but I only have a few, so I figured why do a video on that. But I should have a video next week. If you guys have any other questions about sweepstakes, just let me know. I'll answer them down below for you. Maybe I'll do another video eventually, but that's all I got for now. I'm sure I forgot something, but I'm just going to end this video now. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.